Let's create animations like this using a mobile phone. The process of creating animations might seem intimidating with complicated softwares and workflows. Today, let's simplify the process and try to make the best out of a mobile phone. So all you need is an elevation drawing, a mobile phone, and any video editing app. I'm Salman, an architect and an illustrator. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. So let's get started. So your drawing could be anything you like and in any style. It could be a rendered elevation, a conceptual illustration, or even a simple sketch of a building. In my case, I'm using a rendered elevation. We'll first need to arrange the drawing in the right dimension and decide whether it's going to be a horizontal video or a vertical video. Let's create a Photoshop file. I'm using an A3 template, and we can then create a vertical format by cropping it in a dimension of 9:16. This will make it easier to align in the right proportion while editing it in the mobile phone. Let's drop the rendered elevation on the file. We will now need to remove the white background of the image. Let's change the background layer as gray so it's easier to edit it. I'm using the magic wand tool to remove the white areas and then use the polygonal tool to refine and remove the rest of the elements. For now, we can remove the trees and the shrubs in the scene, and we can add them over as separate elements. Once done, let's position the image in the canvas, and we can use the rectangle tool to represent the road. I'm adding a PNG tree behind the building, and with that we can save this as a JPEG image. So we have the base layers on which we can create these animated elements. I'm sharing the image to my mobile phone where we can create these animations. The video editing app that I'll be using today is called VN, which is available on both the Play Store and the App Store. But you can use any of the video editing apps available in the market since all of them have similar functions. So this is what the VN app looks like. It shows the recently opened projects in the main screen, and you can create a new project from the plus icon on the bottom right. This app comes with 100 free projects for us to work with. So let's start a new project and select the base image that we shared. So the image we selected shows up on the editing screen. We have multiple options here to add music, text, images, and videos. On the bottom, we have the editing functions like the filters, trim option, video effects, and so on. You can scroll to the right to see all the other functions in this app. Most of these are pretty much straightforward functions. So adding these animated elements is actually a very easy process if you do it the right way. We need to think of what kind of scene and environment we are trying to create. In this case, it's a residential scene, so probably there would be people walking, jogging, birds flying around, so these kind of elements would suit this scene. Based on our scene, we will need these green screen videos to add into the editor. These green screen videos can be downloaded from the internet from multiple websites. Some of these are free and some of these are paid. To make it easier for you, I will add all the green screen elements that I'm using in this video in the description below. Press this tab right above the video and import the video. Firstly, let's place the human figure where we want him in this scene. For this example, let's place him in the bottom right corner. The next thing is to remove this green screen, and to do that, we have an option called Chroma. So click Chroma and choose the green color on the video. This will automatically remove the green areas in the video. Let's play the video, and we notice that the human figure keeps jogging in the same location. So we need to make him move across the frame. To do that, let's use the option called keyframes. Click on the video track and you will have the option called keyframes. Before choosing the keyframe option, we first need to place the human figure at the starting point. In this case, the starting point will be right around the edge of the frame. So let's place him at the end of the frame and choose the keyframe option. Now let's move the video to around 3 seconds, and this time let's place the human figure at the end point. The end point being the left side of the frame. Once you placed him at the left side, click the keyframe option once again. Now let's go back and play the video, and this time you'll notice that the human figure moves across the frame. Now you can adjust the settings and make him move faster or slower by adjusting the duration between the start frame and the end frame. In case you want to remove a keyframe, you can always place the cursor on top of it and choose the keyframe option. So let's make those adjustments, and we can also adjust the opacity as well. So this is how you can place elements from YouTube and animate them inside your canvas. So similarly, let's look for some birds flying and add them to the frame. Also adding a human figure bicycling across the frame. Here's an interesting element of a tree with leaves falling around, so I'm going to add that at the top right corner as well. And finally, let's add a palm tree that moves in the wind. But there is also a constraint here. Most of these mobile editing apps have a limitation with the number of tracks that you can add, and the VN app that I'm using today has a limit of 5 tracks. So we need to be careful and choose the right number of animation elements to add into a scene and enhance them. And if you want to do the same process in a desktop editing app like DaVinci or Premiere Pro, it follows the same process as well. Now that we have all the animated elements, we can choose to enhance them in the Photoshop file. In this case, we can add a nice sky and background elements to make it more lively. So for that, we need to go back to Photoshop and make those edits. I'm adding a nice brown color for the background sky and also placing a paper texture on top of it to enhance it. Let's change the blend mode to multiply and also add another paper texture for the road in front. Another darker brown circle for the sky, and let's add some highlights over it. There are no set rules here, so it simply depends on how you want the final output to be. Once done, we can save this image and send it to our mobile phone. Inside the VN app on your mobile phone, we just need to click the base video track and you have the replace option. We can choose the edited image that we just saved and this will replace the background. So once everything is in place, we can choose the export option on the top right corner to export the video. These are the settings that I use to export videos for social media. Click export and there you have the final output. So that was the process of creating animated architectural videos using a mobile phone in just under 10 minutes. Let me know if you have any questions about this process. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please hit that like button and share this with your friends. You can follow me on Instagram and the handle is right here. I'll see you on the next one.